Thank you for pointing out that I was muted the whole time. Sticky, thank you so very much. Welcome on in, folks. Welcome to the peak of the season. We are here for the final moments of action. My name is IceColeBrew. I'm going to be your commentator and broadcaster this evening. As I quickly close out one thing, I'm getting ready for another matchup tonight. Folks, tonight is going to be a very exciting matchup. We're going to have Midwest Mafia Vendetta up against Wyffgardium Leviosa. And of course, tail of the tape is Midwest Mafia Vendetta have been one of the most ferocious lineups to go up against. Most ferocious lineups to go up against in this season for their Group B. And with that in mind, we're going to have Wyffgardium Leviosa, who have had a tough matchup as well. They've been fighting their best to get to the very top. You can see Lepid is ready to play at this point in time, along with Zinc and John KB. Zinc is actually one of the top performers when we talk about the stats of the entire board. We have Zinc at, I believe, highest number of assists. We also have Jupiter in that conversation as well when it comes to goals and assists. One of the most aggressive players out there. Folks, we're already set to and ready to go. Well, folks, I'm excited to get going. We are going to lock on in here. Get it on. As I have told everyone to join us in the lobby. Folks, I am so excited for this matchup. It is going to be fun. It is going to be a best of 7. Getting ready for the absolute beginning of this double elimination bracket. Folks, over in the orange, we're going to have Wyffgardium Leviosa, where my name didn't change for them, versus Midwest Mafia. So we're going to quickly fix that in the interim as we start off this best of 7 action with Inertia looking for. There we go. With Wyffgardium Leviosa looking for their opportunity. Got Lepid, John KB, and Zeke playing defensively. Nice demo from John in order to take out Inertia, really cut that momentum down. DV Snake is also one of the players I'm going to be very aware of because I've seen them play fairly ferociously before. Jupiter high onto the backboard. Inertia not able to commit on that goal, not able to convert. Instead, that ball's going to head down to the corner. Sticky, once again, I do want to give Sticks, I do want to appreciate you for calling out that my mic was disconnected. I had it going on in a different program. But that's right, we're here for a best of 7 at the final end of the Phoenix Cup. Currently on a double elimination. We already know one of these teams will be facing off against Whiffers this upcoming next week for the next round, while whoever goes down will be looking for a second chance. Ball sent across by Zinc. Shot from Inertia denied. Instead, that ball's going to rattle around the rim. Sends it over to the corner. Pass over to Lepid. Lepid looking for a chance. Pops that ball up high, but Snake is going to take it away. Sends it down the half-court line as they find a moment here. 90 seconds gone by so far, folks. Not really much options for either team, as Lepid is going to try and find a first shot. Was hoping for a pass to John KB, but now once again Wyffgardium on the defensive, trying to find an opening here between two teams that have done their absolute best across the board. And folks, on that timer as well, we're going to go ahead and put up a prediction for you folks who want to shout out your support to both teams. I will be keeping track of that throughout the night, as we are about to hit the halfway mark with neither team making a goal, only a couple shots between both sides, most of them on the side of Midwest Mafia. Some offensive drives not really falling through, as Inertia's going to look for a third shot, actually looking for a pass down to Snake, but ooh, miscommunication. That could cost them here on the crossbar, though. Fourth man coming in clutch. Going to send that ball upfield. John denying the ceiling from Jupiter. Will not allow the tears of Jupiter to fall. Instead, at the half-court line so far, both teams fairly evenly matched. I think they are just coming in, testing each other's limits. Zinc scooping that one out of the net, puts it off and away. Lepid looking for a connection. Puts that ball right on the backboards. A teardrop down. John KB hits it, but it's not going through. It bounces around. It's going to be Inertia with the save. Snake with the clear. Ball dropped back towards center. Zinc is going to escort this ball down to the corner, hope that there is an open seat for them at the bus stop, but sadly it looks like they're going to get caught in a traffic jam in that corner. Still in the corner as well. Jupiter looking for a teardrop, clears the ball all the way to Snake, denies instead. Difficult fight between both teams at the moment. Wyffgardium Leviosa with that first very good look between the passes, just not able to fall through because of the crossbar and backboard, which is a similar situation what Vendetta just went through as well. Zinc thanking the stars that that ball was off, able to redirect it out to the corner, and that's an open net opportunity. Lepid chasing it down. Oh, can't scoop it out. It's going to have to be dropped down in front of the net. Zinc denied by inertia. That shot was full of so much hot gas, it got inside of me as well. Ball knocked over to the left side of the pitch as John is looking for an opening, but will be cut down. The inertia taken out from him. Lepid looking for an opening just a bit too high. Ball was down center line, just could not adjust in time for the denial. Jupiter onto the backboard, over to Snake. Snake drops it. John KB with the save off the left bar. Lepid putting up a prayer. It's on the backboard. It's on the left side. Will be denied at the end of the day. 30 seconds left to go. Next goal will take this game one, in my opinion. Snake pops it open. Lepid playing too close. Can't find a moment here. Jupiter playing the backboard, gives up to inertia. Zinc and John both playing close. Jupiter's going to try and clear this one out. Able to do so. Find space. Inertia with the takedown on Zinc. John with the pickup, but inertia's following through. On the backboard, double tap opportunity. Triple tap. No! Just can't catch up in time. Puts it up too high and can't follow through. Ball towards the right side. We're heading to golden goal for the first game. You know, with a record like 5-0, you do not expect Midwest Mafia Vendetta to have so much trouble to find a goal, but Wyffgardium Leviosa are really casting spells left and right and causing some magic on the pitch in order to cause confusion. However, they are obfuscated by the criminally underground tactics of the Mafia. Truly that V for Vendetta moment, really struggling to break through. As Lepid goes for the flip reset, tries to find a pass to John, but it's not going to fall through. Inertia will have the open net. Zinc goes up to challenge, but Inertia will find the momentum to drive that ball home. First goal to Midwest Mafia. First game to the Vendetta as well. And that is how you close out a game one. That's how you give a 5-star performance between both of these teams. Midwest Mafia Vendetta and Wyffgardium Leviosa going to the buzzer. And then finally at the final moments, Inertia able to find a goal there. Difficult shot for them. Difficult momentum as well between these two teams. A lot of this effort was put forward by near misses and the ball just rattling around the rim most of the time. They weren't really able to find their openings whenever they wanted them to. And in that moment, Zinc tries to make sure that John and Lepid's effort pays off. However, that overexertion causes them to end up losing out in that round. So going into this next game, I imagine Wyffgardium Leviosa are going to be a bit more mindful. They might play a little bit further back, which could cut down that offensive momentum. As we get ready for this game two, only a 1-goal differential between Midwest Mafia and, of course, the beautiful folks over at Wyffgardium Leviosa. We're going to start game two, hoping Wyffgardium can find their first goal. As John secures that ball, gets bumped out by Jupiter. Snake drops onto the left side of the pitch, but Lepid with the scoop. Inertia counters, pop up by Zinc. Lepid, pop up to Zinc, onto the backboard. Oh, one final touch. We'll send that ball far and away towards the net. DB Snake picking up the first shot, second shot really, I believe. Inertia with a quick third. Tries to find another opening. Inertia looking for a drop to Jupiter. Try to drop it down. Negative angle takes that first goal where it took over 5 minutes in the first game. It only takes them a little bit more than 30 seconds to find the first one here. Folks, let me remind you here at Ascend Tournament Series, they do, of course, call for clips of the week as well. So if you see a beautiful shot from any of these teams, if you see any beautiful moments, please make sure to clip that moment. And let me know in the chat as well if you're watching this live on Twitch. Zinc trying to find a moment here. It's going to look a setup. Lepid looking to pass over to John, but that lack of momentum, that loss of boost will be detrimental to that Wyffgardium offense. John, 50, tries to find Lepid, but there's a snake in the grass as Snake tries to find Jupiter. Nice little pop-up. It's going to be John. Gets a clear out, takes his life with inertia. Pass over to Jupiter, ball 50'd into the corner, but Snake still has a chance. He's still hiding up in the branches. Ball off the right post, inertia. Just a little off target. Those goal posts are putting in overtime hours at this point in time. Inertia's going to clear this ball back into the orange pitch. Misses out on that touch, but that might have been a fake. Snake, low 50, gets it back to the corner. Lepid, plenty of boost, looking for time. Jupiter goes for the challenge, but not enough. Inertia instead is going to pick this ball up. You can see Jupiter does not go to counter, does not really cut back in. No Snake is coming up. Snake with the fake. Jupiter with the follow through on the left side. Again, I'm telling you folks, that post, make sure you tip them well because those goal posts are coming in clutch for Wyffgardium Leviosa to prevent the 2-goal lead. Zinc just a little bit low and slow for that shot. Jupiter taking flight over to Inertia. Ball drop down center. Lepid redirects to the left wing. Instead, it's going to be Jupiter. Still on that far wing. Zinc disconnected. Connection issues abound. Unfortunate situation. It's a 2v3 now. John and Lepid have to fight for their lives. Zinc able to rejoin so quickly, able to come back as quick as humanly possible. Will pop up opposite of ball side and is just in position, ready to go. Lepid taken out. It's Zinc with a Hail Mary that's going towards the backboard. Will not fall through. Instead, that ball's going to be on the backboard once more. Lepid clears it to the opposite side. Inertia's going to have time to pick this one up and some boost too. Wall to air dribble. Pinches it down in the corner. Can't follow through. Has to let Snake go in for the challenge. Zinc clears. Finds the moment. Finds a little bit of space, but Inertia with the cut will cut them down. Sends it down. Back to John. John challenges, wants the 50, loses, but takes a life. Finds a body instead of a ball, and you know what? We can all appreciate that sometimes. It's going to be 1:45 left to go. 105 seconds. For the folks of Wyffgardium to find a goal. Ball drop down. Jupiter has another chance to double tap. Snake out of position, goes for the bump instead, enough to cause confusion, but not enough to allow Inertia to goal. Instead, that's going to be an opening. Snake scrambling, gets the save. Incredible save from Snake. As John, now on a 2v1, sees his teammate on the opposite side, instead goes for a flick, ball towards center. Zinc tries to drop below Snake, but just can't get it out of that reach. John off to the left field. Zinc out of position. Gets caught up in the netting. And that's going to be a 2-goal lead for Midwest Mafia Vendetta. Zinc had a chance to save. Goes up, expecting the ball to stay high, but the teardrop of a shot. Inertia now 2 goals in this series. And not a lot of time left for this Wyffgardium Leviosa offense. Inertia, 3 goals in this series, 2 goals in this game alone. Incredible read, just recognizes Lepid's behind him and just beats him to the punch. Just has all of that momentum behind his charge and able to take advantage. Ball is going to drop down. Zinc taken out. Jupiter fires back towards the net. Snake fakes. Gives space to Inertia once more, who's looking for a hat trick now. Jupiter drop down center. Snake clears, but it's on the opposite side. Lepid with the pinch. Puts it back towards center. Zinc with the open net. Gets denied by Jupiter. You saw John trying to find a demo here. I want to remind these folks they do have a 60-second timeout at the end of this game. Because I do feel like Wyffgardium Leviosa need to take that minute. They need that extra bit of time to conversate, figure out game plan, try to cover their net. Not too much wrong either, just need to be a bit more accurate. Goal post just really challenging here at this point in time. John is going to get countered by Snake, and Snake is going to find their first goal in the series. All right, folks, give me 1 moment here to set up a timer on my phone. Game 2 going to Midwest Mafia, and timeout called none too soon as Wyffgardium Leviosa are out 0-2. They're going to call their first timeout here, and we're going to join them in that time. Just looking through that matchup, it felt like after that first game that was testing the waters for the Midwest Mafia, and from that point on they were not going to give up any momentum. So with that in mind, I do want to hear what folks think needs to change for this offense, because honestly, just from my perspective, I feel like offensively it just has not been there. They've had the shots, they have had these moments where they can find the net. It's just a little bit off target. They can't find that bump on the final man to clear the net out. The ball just doesn't hit its target well enough, or sometimes they just rush the shot. That first game goal that Inertia picked up coming to mind immediately. Speaking of Inertia picking up 2 goals in this game, along with Jupiter and Snake picking up their first goals. Inertia with 3 goals. Typically, I was looking at Jupiter overall. And I'm going to go ahead and start a timer here, folks. This is the best way I can do it right now. First and second definitely need to put more pressure on. And I think that's the point I was making as well, Sticks, was just that third man coming in to rush to challenge, trying to capture that moment that seemed to be there, trying to force a goal, and then getting dusted because of it. That is one of the major issues they suffered. And this second game especially, it felt like the connections for Inertia and Jupiter and Snake just worked out so much better. It felt like Jupiter especially was looking at Inertia way more, knowing that Inertia was a hot hand, knowing Inertia could find these moments to score fairly easily, was just setting him up. And that's the major thing. Oh my God, 60 seconds just screamed by. Frick, y'all. Time up. All right, there we go. Time is now up. We're heading into the third game. Midwest Mafia, so far in a dominating lead. They are currently 5 goals up, actually, in the series. While Zink is able to find the first shot. What a read from Zink. Let's get another angle on this. Takes flight, beats out the Snake, because snakes don't have wings. And then dunks it down home hard and heavy. Gets that first goal, and that's exactly what Wyffgardium Leviosa needed. That's going to start that momentum going forward. That's going to allow Leopard to go up to challenge, tries to get the bump on Snake. Snake barely dodges that touch. But look at John, playing a bit more passive, doesn't have a lot of boost though, but still able to scoop the ball out 1. Pops it over 2. Can he get 3? No, but it's going to be Zink firing upfield. Jupiter, great positioning though. Beautiful positioning. Jupiter now looking for a top shelf. John is going to come in clutch with that save. Final moments too. That was heading top shelf, but he's got a hand to slap it away with. Beautiful goal from Zink, and still reeling from it. Great opportunity from Jupiter as well. Unable to convert on that run because John was doing such a great job defending on that back line. Now John waiting for Zink to get in position. Ball is going to go up high. Oh, Inertia misses it by a half an inch. I was about to use a metric measurement. What is wrong with me? Leopard gives the ball over to Zink. Zink won't be able to find the net, and John is out of position. I appreciate Leopard here too, recognizes that he doesn't need to rush the shot, he doesn't need to try to regain, however he does need to get back now. John Won't be able to pick up that ball. Jupiter forces it out, goes for a center. That's going to go right to Snake. What a read. A beautiful 1-2-3 from the Midwest Mafia, and nothing like mob tactics to confuse and disorient your defense. Inertia setting up the play, recognizing the positioning of Wyffgardium Leviosa, pops that ball to Jupiter, who fires it off to the corner, and it pops out right towards center. That ball's towards the net. Beautiful kill, kickoff from Inertia as well. Jupiter is going to pick up the goal here. Zinc just did not anticipate that ball popping up high, and Leopard can't get back fast enough. Unfortunate break for Wyffgardium Leviosa after an impressive first goal. Kickoff goals are the ones that hurt the most, in my opinion. We're going to give that first goal to Midwest Mafia, Vendetta, and we're just going to call it what it is. A beautiful example of chemistry and passing play and knowing what your teammate is going to do. That moment, though, was just taking advantage of an uncertain situation. As Jupiter is looking for a doomsday, he can't find a moment to break free. It's going to be Zinc taking flight. Looking to go for another goal, has a chance, but it's going to be denied by Jupiter. Didn't even realize that was on target. Leopard taken out by Inertia. It's going to spawn right side. It's going to be Zinc defending. Leopard, pop up. Tries to find an opening with John, but Inertia will come in and pickpocket the ball. Sends it down. Brings that 2-goal lead back under Midwest Mafia's control. Midwest Mafia now with a 2-goal lead, and the unfortunate part here is just anticipation on their part. They're doing this thing at this GC2 level that I appreciate whenever I see it at the higher ones too. Ooh, John, soft pop. Won't fall through here from that goal from Zinc, but Zinc just a little bit too high angle, trying to find that upper 90. But going back to Vendetta, they've done this beautiful thing. I really do love seeing at the higher level teams where they anticipate where that ball is going. They find that perfect moment to cut it off. And now Inertia, recognizing the play once again, picks up a second goal. Playmaker to Jupiter, who has a beautiful 50 here, just pinches it out. Leopard taking that ball, tries to keep it under control, but it gets a bit too far behind him and gets pinched out by Jupiter. Getting caught in that gravity of Jupiter, sinking down that offensive momentum we saw originally from Wyffgardium. Almost a top shelf shot from Jupiter, but I think that might have bounced out. Even with that save too, not being counted. 3-goal difference, but with 110 seconds left, there is plenty of time to mount a comeback. However, it's going to be risky. Gonna find a moment here. Leopard a little bit too high. John a little bit too slow. And that's been the story of the night. Only one perfect goal for Leviosa. Everything else has been almost or right there or just barely out. And you need to have the stamina to persevere despite all of that. You cannot focus on what could have been. You have to make what will be. Look for a team connection here between John and Zinc, but John just a bit late on the team pinch. I do like that look. Leopard pops at center. Snake's going to pop it back towards the half-court line. John, one more touch. Tries to put her across, but instead Snake will cut it down. Ball off the right side. Snake looking for another goal. Won't find it. Instead, pop-up field. Zinc towards the net. Jupiter sends it down and away. Leopard can't find a way to confirm a demo. That ball is rattling around the rim. Zinc very close to almost knocking in. Scoops it out. John, no boost. Was hoping for that corner to come back. That ball still around the center. 20 seconds left to go. You got 5 seconds per goal if you want to catch up. And now, 3 seconds per goal if you want to catch up. Beautiful shot from Jupiter from that connection from Snake. Again, it's that cut off. They're anticipating where that ball is going to head, and they shut it down immediately. All that offensive momentum from Wyffgardium keeps getting cut down. John Trying to fake out Snake, able to do so. That's going to put him within 3. Momentum brought back, at least for a little bit. Great scoop by John. No boost in the tank, and still makes it work. Snake caught out of position. Gives up a goal with 11 seconds left to go. Don't think 11 seconds is enough to pick up 3 more. It typically isn't, but we can dream, can we not? If there's ever a reason to pick up the name Wyffgardium, it's to have that magical moment. What's going to be Midwest Mafia Vendetta on match point. And with effort like that, how can you blame them? 12 shots to 5, almost 50% versus the 2 goals to 9. Difficult play, inertia, calling for a sub. As I believe that will be one of their other folks here. As I need to remember to switch maps. Inertia, calling in either Fox or Orbit at this point, I believe. As they are coming in, Fox or Orbit will be on their way in at this point in time. And I do not actually see Fox or Orbit on the top 10 list for stats. Unless I can't read, which is equally likely if I'm honest. Sometimes that happens. But folks, getting ready for Game 4. Looks like Orbit and Fox are both joining. It's a 2-man sub. It's both of them. As we get this game started, Fox and Orbit are joining Inertia. Or no, I apologize. Inertia's out. Jupiter's in. Jupiter is going to play with them, try to set this up. As far as I know, as I remember, ATS does not have a rule against how many subs you make. In fact, typically most of these bring your own team leagues do not have a rule like that. Well, it's going to be interesting to see Fox and Orbit playing together. Jupiter, of course, being one of the top scorers in the league and top assisters. You can imagine he's going to try. As my Discord is going nuts at the moment. Jupiter looking for a connection. Fox and Orbit having a quick team meeting in the backcourt. And Fox was sent into Orbit from that play. Krusty Dog, welcome on in. Thank you for the 10 viewers. Thank you for the raid. Hope you have had a wonderful night. I hope you had a great night of action going on so far. It's going to be John and Lepid working with Zinc to start a comeback here. We're heading into Game 4. Match point for Midwest Mafia. Orby with ice in his veins and Fox the facilitator. Okay. Thank you, Mob Boss Citrus, for the info. I appreciate that. 90 seconds in so far, as Fox going to find that pop-up to Jupiter. Fox very much being the facilitator there. Instead, is going to facilitate his own goal with the help of Jupiter and Orbit on this play. Jupiter just wanting to keep it out of reach. Probably did want that upper 90, but you know what? The consolation prize of the 3-person goal helps out in the end. Krusty, let me give you a shout out while you are here as we are in our second kickoff. Momentum unstoppable for Midwest Mafia Vendetta. Wyffgardium Leviosa sadly just not having enough fuel efficiency. That's one of the rare demos I have seen from Wyffgardium, and I would love to see them capitalize on that in the future as that ball gets dropped down on the wings. It's going to be Lepid taking flight, has Zinc and John KB taking the corner. Oh, you're custom my NBA. Oh, shot going in. Jupiter is going to find a way to curve gravity. Redirects that ball inside after popping it up to himself. Folks, once again, need I remind you, Ascend Tournament Series is always looking for beautiful clips casted by wonderful people featuring your favorite players. Asturian, I just saw your comment about Jupe is your dad. Honestly, I get it. Just a little bit more than half the game to go. Already a 2-goal lead. Fox looking for a chance to give the assist to Jupiter. Won't go through, though. Lepid looking for a connection. Gets cut down by Orbit. Orbit keeping it fresh. Gonna try and play that half-court line, anticipating the challenge from Jupiter. Fox following through, looking for a moment here. Zinc getting countered by Jupiter. I can understand why Midwest Mafia Vendetta have been a 5-0 team in Group B, and why they have, I believe it's a plus 13 goal differential, plus 16, somewhere around there. They have a double-digit goal differential, and I can see why with how their offense plays and how I can just change out any of these members on the team and you're going to have a 5-star team playing the entire time. Corner to Jupiter. Jean counters, fighting Orbit, but sadly just gets stuck at that wing. FGRO, welcome on in. Zinc looking to fire, tries to pass it over to John. John gets countered by Orbit once again. Zinc taking flight, waterfall down, no one's home. John looking for a double tap and puts it right behind Jupiter. There is John KB, making his first appearance with the goal. We've seen him play so well defensively, but now finding a goal for himself. Brings it down to 1. 79 seconds left to go, enough to mount a comeback. Jupiter just a bit faster. John gets countered by the Fox in the hole. Pop up from 1. Cat in the corner. Lepid fires. Gets denied by Jupiter. Pass over to Fox. Won't find purchase here. John finds a center. Can Zinc get there in time? Zinc has to put it back in the corner. Tries to pop it out to Lepid. Orbit gets bounced out, but still follows through on the ball. It's on the backboard. Fox, now looking for blood, is on the hunt, but Zinc will not be able to control the ball, even avoiding the bump in demo. Jupiter takes out John, catches him in the rings. Zinc, pop up once again. Orbit is going to take that one down, catches it in gravity. Fires at Lepid. Just a bit off target for John, just a bit too light. Zinc is going to try and find another chance here, but the ball is going to sail all the way to the backboard. It's on the crossbar. Fortunate break, still a chance for Wyffgardium Leviosa if there is a chance. Now they have the right spell to cast here. Now is the time to do it. However, Midwest Mafia Vendetta will 4-0 at the end of the day, and they will be going up against Whiffers in the next round. Beautiful series from Midwest Mafia Vendetta. While we saw a chance from Wyffgardium Leviosa, it was a tough matchup overall. Wyffgardium was absolutely the underdog in this competition, and Midwest Mafia showed why they were a top-tier team. And now they still have quite a way to go in this tournament, in this playoff qualifier. They have Midwest Mafia, they have Whiffers going up next, while Midwest Mafia are going to go down. I believe they are facing Torrent Typhoons next. Torrent Typhoon and Wyffgardium Leviosa both wanting their get-back opportunity. But with that, folks, that is going to round out the night here. 4-0 sweep in favor of Midwest Mafia, folks. And what a incredible matchup for the folks on that side, as I'm going to look and see who we can rate out to. Actually, you know what? There's a better place I can look than Twitch. Folks, with that in mind, thank you all so very much. If you want to join Ascend Tournament Series, if you're watching this on YouTube, the Discord should be down below, I believe. If not, you can find them at ATS_RL. to follow their action. We actually don't have any more Ascend Tournament Series matches going on this evening. Krusty, if you are still in here, do we have anyone casting a CPL matchup this evening? In fact, yes, we do. Sadly, let's see if this person is on still. Oh, Voice Guy, I follow Voice Guy V. I do. Aha. All right, folks, we are going to, if you were here on Twitch, we're going to go ahead and raid out to Voice Guy IV. Never mind, he just raided into me. Hey there, Voice Guy V. Welcome on in. He's just about to raid out to you. All right, hold on. There's one more person I think who is streaming. I believe I need to double check. Incredible timing. Let's see if Raptor's still live. Raptor is not live at all. Whoops. This is incredible. All right, folks, we're actually gonna head off to a league instead. You know what? They have really good production. Let's go check out Midwest Car Soccer, folks. If you have not followed Midwest Car Soccer before, they specifically focus on casting for folks in the Midwest region. And the best thing about that too is they try to elevate the production, have live player cams as well. They have a variety of skill levels. You have wonderful people from the CRL scene in that area too. So definitely check them out. We're gonna go raid over to Midwest Car Soccer right now, who are currently in their Challenger playoffs at this moment in time. In fact, I recognize some of the players on that pitch in this moment. So we're gonna go check them out and let them know. Yeah, no relation to Midwest Mafia. In fact, I'm surprised they don't have a full team for that, but it is a draft league if I remember. No, actually, hold on, double check. It's a franchise-based league, so I believe they are a draft league. So with that, folks, thank you all so very much for joining me on this broadcast. I will catch you guys next time on the broadcast. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.